more jobs and more affordable housing for New Zealanders.
Question number 4, Metiria Turei.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Tēnā koutou i te whare. My question is to the Prime Minister and asks, does he stand by his reported statement in relation to Cabinet's decision to integrate Wanganui Collegiate, that it was a very difficult decision, but he is sure that it was the right thing to do, and if so, why?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, it's important to note that at the end of the day it was the Minister of Education's decision to integrate Wanganui Collegiate, not Cabinet's. But the Cabinet manual is clear that significant statutory decisions must be discussed at Cabinet. This was a very difficult issue, as the Minister herself has acknowledged, and ministers had a range of views on it. We discussed it at length, after which the Minister of Education decided to integrate the school. I do think that that was the right thing to do, because Wanganui Collegiate has been a high-performing school. It had a long-standing history. The community support for it was very high in Wanganui, and it plays an important role in the community.
Supplementary question, Metiria Turei.
In 2010, did the Prime Minister have any discussions, including dinners, with the proprietor, with members of the Wanganui Collegiate Proprietors Board, or their lobbyists Saunders and Unsworth about their intention to apply to integrate the school, and if so, when and with whom?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, I don't have those details with me. I'd have to ask my office, and I'll put it down in writing if you're prepared to.
Supplementary question, Metiria Turei.
What instructions or encouragement did the Prime Minister give to the Education Minister to start negotiations with Wanganui Collegiate, despite the advice of ministry officials not to, because it would be a $3 million a year waste of money?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Well, Mr Speaker, it was a long-standing issue, so I can't hope to document all discussions that took place. But what I can say is that the situation was looked at on its merits. I could see the argument from both sides, but I believe the Minister made the right decision in integrating the school.
Supplementary question, Metiria Turei.
Why did the Prime Minister seek an update on the proposal to integrate, as noted by the then Education Minister Anne Tolley on the front of an August 2010 briefing paper, where she wrote, quote, "Send a copy of this to PM please, he's asked for an update"?
Right Honourable Prime Minister. Order. I've called. Order.
Mr Speaker,
right Honourable Prime Minister.
Joined up government. Mr Speaker, the member may well be aware that the school was in significant financial difficulty for a long period of time. When Anne Tolley was the Minister of Education, there were instances where the government had to make a rapid decision whether to provide some support to the school to bridge it, while there was a view being taken on whether it could integrate it or not. Obviously, I was interested in what was going on there.
Supplementary question, Metiria Turei.
Did the Prime Minister similarly ask or request individual updates on Oruia School as it began discussions on closures last year, or perhaps Potaka School in Gisborne, which is still waiting for news on its future? And if not, why did he single out Wanganui Collegiate for his very special attention?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Well, Mr Speaker, in terms of broader schools, there's substantial discussions that take place between my office, and for that you want to ask the current Minister of Education. I've taken an active interest in what's been happening in terms of school closures in Christchurch and the impact on those communities. In relation to Wanganui Collegiate, I go back to what I said earlier. The school was in significant financial difficulty. The government was forced to make a decision at the last minute whether it would provide some support for the school, and we did that on an occasion or a number of occasions, and we did that until a decision could be made about whether the school would be integrated or not.
Supplementary question, Metiria Turei.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Did Cabinet defy the advice of the Education Minister that integration would be a $3 million a year waste of money, and bail out Wanganui Collegiate because the Prime Minister is prepared to bend the rules for elite schools for wealthy kids?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, no. We do listen to officials, and it's no secret that the Ministry of Education thought we should decline the application. But in the end, the ministers considered a wide range of issues, and in the end, the Minister of Education made the decision to integrate the school.
Supplementary question, Chris Hipkins.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Will the Prime Minister guarantee that there will be no school closures or mergers in Wanganui as a result, or citing, or as a result of excess capacity within the state school system? If not, why not?
Right
Mr
Honourable
Speaker,
Prime Minister.
that's ultimately a matter for the Minister of Education, not for me.
Order. Order. A point. Order. I have a point of order from Metiria Turei.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I seek leave to table a 25 August 2010 briefing from the Ministry to the Minister, which includes a handwritten note from Minister Anne Tolley, that says, "Send copy of this to PM, please. He's asked for an update."
Leave us thought to table that briefing. Is there any objection? There appears to be none.
Point of order.
Point of order, Metiria Turei.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I seek leave to table a document dated 4 April 2011, a briefing from the Ministry to the Education Minister recommending decline of integration on the basis of increased state costs and risk of school closures in Wanganui.
That's quite a sufficient explanation. Leave us sought to table that briefing to the Minister dated 4th of April 2011. Is there any objection? There appears to be none. Question number 5, the Honourable Annette King.
Well, thank you, Mr Speaker. It's to the Minister of Health. Is he confident that the government